Hello there, fragrance family. This is Tracy with the 3-Wick Thesis candle channel. Today I have for us a Goose Creek haul unboxing lit review. And y'all, let me tell you, I did try to order all of them but one. So there were a total of, I think there were 8 or 9 in this collection. I didn't get the mahogany driftwood because I don't like mahogany or driftwood. And then there was a banana leaf palm candle. However, if you saw my video like a week ago, you probably already have insight into the fact that I didn't get it, or at least they're saying I didn't get it. I'm kind of secretly hoping that it's in the box right now, and then I'm going to open this and be like, oh, it is here. I ordered it Friday morning as soon as this was released, and they sent me a notice, I think it was on a Tuesday, that my order had shipped. No mention whatsoever of that candle being canceled. Then I got an email that Wednesday that said, by the way, there was a system error and we oversold this candle, so we had to cancel it. Here's your refund. So apparently I'm not getting the banana palm leaf, which is sad because that was one I was really interested in. These candles are mostly new to me. I think there was one, it was the Neroli one that I've had in the wax melt. The rest of them are new to me. And then the golden coconut glow is new to everyone. So let's get this opened up and see what we think. Okay, first one I am going to pull out of here is Sunlit Shores. This label is beautiful. It kind of provides like a 3D essence with all the texture that it has in the detail and the shading. It's beautiful. I will say the jar is very matte in terms of touch. Bugs me just a little bit. I'm a textural person and I like this to feel smoother. It almost feels like cardboard. It's very dry. So just keep that in mind if that bothers you. And then gold lid. And the lids are all the same. So they all have similar kind of floral design with the gold lid. White wax and kind of thin, stiff, ropey wicks. I'm also noticing on the bottom that the date has like this sticker over the top. I'm actually going to try to peel that off. Yeah, I don't know. It must be they got the batch numbers confused. It's a different batch number underneath. So it's still 2025 apparently. Just 2 days later is the new sticker. So this one is Sunlit Shores, Warm White Sands, Coconut Milk, Vanilla Waves, and Amber. Yeah, this is kind of just your basic coconut fragrance. I'm actually testing their coconut chai latte candle right now, spoiler alert, as a part of my chai episode. This reminds me a lot of that. To be fair, that candle smells nothing like chai. These feel very similar. And they both have the coconut note in them, specifically coconut milk. So that's what it's hitting on for me. I feel like it smells a lot like that coconut milk latte that came out with the coffee series. I don't get much else. It just feels warm and earthy, and it's not like a sunscreeny coconut. It's not like a body cream body lotion. It feels more of like a natural fragrance. A little bit one-dimensional. It's okay. I definitely wouldn't gravitate towards it if I weren't giving it a try for the collection. Papaya leaf and bamboo is the one I pulled out next. Love the green on this label. It's absolutely divine. And this one has white wax, same wicks, thin stiff. Scent notes are juicy papaya, sweet mango, bamboo woods, and lush rainwater. Oh, this is wonderful. This was the one I think I was most excited about besides the banana palm leaf that I didn't get because I really like bamboo fragrances. I don't own any. But every time I've smelt a bamboo fragrance, I'm like, ooh, I like that. I need to get this. And then they sell out so fast. Yeah, so you get this like fruitiness from the papaya. It doesn't register too sharp. It's not like that super sour, almost can smell like pea note. It's very well balanced. And I think that's probably because that sweetness of the mango is helping to pull it down. And then you've just got this like kind of perfumey green note coming from the bamboo. On cold, it doesn't read super perfumey, but I definitely would like wear this as a body mist or maybe like a hand cream. I don't know if I'd want this in a body cream. Very fresh, very sweet, and feels very summerish to me. I'm just noticing too on the label here, it's got these little like, it looks like it's been nailed on like it's a plaque. That's a cute detail. Okay. Jungle palm trees is next. So you've got palm leaves on this one. The green on it's a little bit darker. Equally beautiful. Seam leaves quite a bit to be desired. Lid is wonky. Yeah, the lid is dysfunctional. The seal over here got misplaced when it was glued, so that's making it so it won't close properly. I'm gonna have to throw this lid away and just get one of my old ones out. Same wax, same wicks. This is scent notes of jungle palm leaves, sweet bamboo, and dewy apple. That one's really pretty too. I like the apple in this. It's like right on the cusp of being an apple note that I wouldn't be too crazy about. It smells very much like body care to me. You get that like kind of green, fresh palm note, and then that blends pretty nicely with the dewy apple. You get a sense of the fruit, but it's a little bit high-pitched for me or bright. And then whatever the dewiness is, it just smells kind of like aquatic fresh, not like typical ocean fragrance, but like green, fresh, aquatic. So it adds this kind of like hint of just like watery essence. But it's reading much more perfumey than the papaya leaf bamboo. So in terms of like, do I prefer the palm or the bamboo? It would be the bamboo. Even though this one does have a bamboo note, you're getting much more of a perfumey essence or vibe from this one. So that one is Jungle Palm Trees. I have a couple of single wicks and wax melts in here, but I'm going to save that for a future haul. We're just going to stick with the collection on this video. Hibiscus Orchid is the next one. This one is pink. Beautiful contrast, and I love these like orchid flowers that are on here, that detail. Same lid, same wax, same wicks. Oh, I can smell it from here. This is Island Hibiscus, Orchid Petals, and Pink Pineapple Nectar. This is a floral candle. I mean, it's got orchid and hibiscus, so that's predictable, but if you don't like florals, I would say this is not for you. It's not super sharp, but it's definitely a sharp floral. There's also some sweetness in there that's coming from that pineapple nectar. It doesn't register to me specifically as pineapple on cold. That might change on warm. I feel like I just get something that kind of rounds out the sharpness from the florals. And definitely a white floral. I think it's mostly the orchid that I'm hitting on. But then hibiscus tends to be, I don't know, it can almost smell a little bit tart or like sour. Yeah, I think I'm registering mostly just the orchid and the pineapple. Again, it's okay. I don't think I would gravitate towards this. I'm happy to experience it, to give it a try, but if I were at like Bath & Body Works sniffing it, I probably would buy it at SAS, but not like, you know, regular price. Golden Coconut Glow is next. And this one has kind of like it's almost a greenish gray. It's like a basket weave too. I don't know if that detail is going to pick up. There's like, it almost looks like bricks or basket weave in the background. You can barely see it over here. Yeah. So green with kind of these like cream colored leaves. Scent notes are bronzed coconut. Polynesian gardenia is what I'm going to say because I cannot say that word. And apparently Google also says it wrong, so I have no help. And I know one of y'all put in the comments how to say it right, but my brain can't read those like hyphenated, this is how you break it down thing. I think I read too quickly and my brain can't process. So I'll put it up here if you want to know what the word actually is, but it's basically Polynesian gardenia, sun-drenched woods, and beach musk. What am I smelling? There's something in here that's registering really high, and it has like a urine essence. It's not 100%, it's not completely off-putting, but it's just enough for me to be a little sus. I'm like, ooh, I don't know if I'm gonna like this on warm. But I don't feel like there's anything in here that would be giving that, unless it's that sun-drenched woods note, because who knows what that actually is. I definitely get warmth from the coconut, and it does feel bronzed. It feels sunny. I wouldn't say it's like sunscreen, but it definitely feels like, you know, you're sitting on the beach and you have one of those coconut drinks and you're kind of getting the husk and the coconut, and it smells a little bit sweet. And then there's something in here that smells a little bit green, a little bit fresh, and also pretty sharp. And that might be the gardenia coming through, but there's still something registering that feels a little bit too high-pitched. In general, I like it on cold. I am curious to see how it will smell on warm. It's not off-putting, it's just kind of making my brain go, ugh, I don't know about that one. We will report back after the cut with what I think about it. Palo Santo coconut. Now this one is new. My label is extremely crooked. So I'm trying to, yeah, that is level in terms of the jar lid, but this is kind of angling off the wrong direction. Label is black with kind of like gold, silver leaf detail. Yeah, it looks like there's gold and silver in that. Same lid, same wax, same wicks. Scent notes on this are Palo Santo, creamy coconut, and vanilla musk. This is a winner. Oh, that's so pretty. Okay. Beautiful Palo Santo. It's not, it doesn't read cologne-y. It's not too masculine. It's just nice and woody and earthy and authentic. I feel like that vanilla musk and the creamy coconut are helping to kind of sweeten it up a little bit and round it out. You get just a hint of what feels like a little bit cologne-y, probably from the musk, but it's pleasant. It plays nicely with the other fragrances, and to me, someone who does not like cologne fragrances at all is not off-putting on cold. We'll see how it does on warm, but right now it's just very pleasant, very creamy, very earthy, very vanilla musk. Love it. Everything I imagined it would be. And then the last one I have, again, 7, but there's technically 9 that came out in this series. This one is not a new fragrance to me. I had this in the wax melts. This is the sea salt, neroli, and vanilla. This one has, it's almost like a greenish blue color in the background with the detailed leaves with some gold accent. Same lid. And same wax and wicks. So the whole collection is very cohesive in terms of label style, lid color, wax, and wicks. Scent notes on this are sun-kissed neroli, warm coconut, and salted vanilla. Yeah, it smells exactly like it does in candle form that it does in wax melt form. Now on cold, this isn't super strong. Like I'm actually kind of searching to smell it a little bit. I will say the wax melts performed well, which I'm finding in my experience with buying Goose Creek wax melts is a bit of a fluke. In general, I've had really bad luck so far with them throwing and actually producing any smell. But the wax melt on this was really nice, and I was actually pairing this with the luxury line candle Neroli Sands, and pairing it with their orange blossom candle that came out in the garden series collection. And it was just beautiful pairing with those two candles because you're getting the neroli in here, but it's not, if you're not a fan of neroli, I wouldn't let that put you off to this candle. It's not super strong. It's not really overpowering. It's in there. It's really pretty and soft and delicate. But that coconut and the vanilla really help to ground it and bring it down to just like this creamy, dreamy neroli. I really enjoy it. I don't know how much I would gravitate towards burning this candle by itself. Actually, I mean, I haven't used the wax melt by itself. I always had candles going with it. So we'll see with this testing what I think of this just alone without combining it with the other Neroli fragrances. I don't know if I'll like it as much by itself because it does read pretty heavy on the coconut. It does kind of just feel like another coconut candle with some citrus in it. But I love it in terms of the Neroli that's in here. Okay, so if I were to rank these, last would be Sunlit Shores. Nothing wrong with her, she's just basic. She smells like a coconut candle. I feel like I have 10 candles that smell like this. If you like that, it's gonna be your go-to. Number 6, I would rank Hibiscus Orchid. I don't like the sharp floral that's in here. It's a little bit off-putting. This one might grow on me though. This is like the type of candle that I usually complain about on cold, and then on warm, I really enjoy it. We'll see. Then I have the Golden Coconut Glow. Yeah, I mean, again, it's a basic coconut. The floral in there feels a little bit too high-pitched to me. Might be the woods note. There's something in there that's a little bit funky that I'm not sure about. And then the 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, I feel like they're kind of in the same, they're at the same party, right? They're cousins. So 4 I would do as Jungle Palm Trees, and 3 I would do as Papaya Leaf and Bamboo. These both have the bamboo fragrances in them, and I like them for that reason. I think I would rank the Jungle Palm Trees as 4 because that apple note is really nice. It makes it fresh. But I like the Papaya Mango that's in this one better. Yeah, both really pretty though. I do like both those candles. I would buy those if I was in the store and sniffing them before purchase. The other 3 I would probably pass on. And then the last 2, I think this is just going to rank 2 because I've already burned it. It's not new to me. It doesn't feel as exciting as what it might have if I had never smelled this before, which makes number 1 Palo Santo Coconut. I just love the combination of the Palo Santo with the coconut. I love the earthiness of this. It's very grounding. Cannot wait to warm this one. I'm going to go light these up. I'm going to spend a couple days with them, explore them, take notes, take footage, and I'll be right back after the cut to share with you my burn impression and give you some insights into how they're performing in terms of strength and throw. Okay, I have burned all of these candles once. I've put them in rank order from my least favorite to most favorite. I feel like the least favorite is definitely one that I probably wouldn't buy again, but the rest of these I found to be great fragrances. I do want to preface my warm impression review on the idea that summer fragrances are not my thing. I think they're probably my least favorite, I know, of all the seasons. I just don't get into the florals, the coconut, the beachy notes. I know that lots of people love it. I support that if that's you. I just struggle a bit also because this isn't my thing to really distinguish between one coconut candle from another. So just take that into consideration when you're hearing my review, that these are not generally my jam and that I don't have what feels to me like a really strong palette or sense of smell distinction when it comes to something like a coconut candle. They ultimately kind of all end up smelling the same to me. I mean, I can pick up on some distinction, but for the most part, I'm like, oh yeah, it's a coconut summer candle. So keep that in mind. Number 7, I went with the Hibiscus Orchid, and I do like this fragrance. It just is super, super strong, and it's a very strong floral. It I think has the potential to be too much for me. I need to try it in my regular space. So I tested all of these in my laboratory, closed off, single car garage, no air conditioner, no fan, no window, no door, just this one door here behind me where you go in and out of the garage. So it's a very concentrated space, and I'm wondering, this might be better suited for my open concept area here, possibly with the windows open. But it is a very strong candle, not only strong sitting next to it, but the throw was good. And it was so strong that I bring it upstairs to film it, brought it up here to film it, burned it out. It was only in this space for maybe 2 or 3 minutes. It doesn't take me long to film. And the hubs was like, what is so strong? What is that floral smell? He was off put by it. So it's got power. It's got strength. If you like summer floral, you like orchid, you like hibiscus, pick this up. You're going to want it. For me, I just found it to be a little bit too strong. I do think that the floral notes in this are very sweet, very creamy, just a little bit sharp. I think that's probably coming from both the orchid and the hibiscus, but I feel like the orchid in this is almost powdery, and it's not like deodorant powdery. It feels more of like a pollen powdery, if that makes sense. Like sometimes when you smell flowers, you get a sense of like the pollen note that's in it, and I feel like I picked up on that with this candle. The hibiscus reads just a little bit sour, but nothing too bright, or it doesn't go like the way of like a urine-y smell. I feel like this could be a good body care item. Like I think people would love this in a body cream or a body spray. It's very feminine, it's very floral, it's very pretty. Ultimately not for me, it's just too strong, but I think if you like those aspects, you would love this candle. So that one I ranked in last place. Sixth I gave to, where are we at? Jungle Palm Trees. I was a little bit surprised I didn't like this one more. And honestly, I think it's just because the other ones were more interesting, or I just liked them better, because I like this fragrance. I think it's really pretty. It's very clean. It's a very clean fragrance. It's a very fresh fragrance. You get this combination from the apple and the palm that ends up reading to me a little bit like a floral. I don't know if it's like the bamboo has that floral hint, or the apple is reading just tart and bright enough that it's picking up to my brain as a floral. But you definitely get a light floral note. But in general, I would describe this as being both, I wrote dense. I don't know how to convey that, but it just feels like a dense, deep green fragrance with a hint of perfuminess from the apple and from what feels like a floral note. In terms of strength, it was strong. Not quite to the point where I would feel like it was too much, but definitely on the strong side. So if you're sitting next to it, you are going to smell it a lot. And the throw, I would say, is between medium and high. So it did really well. It just started to creep up the steps. Did not come out into the open concept. That's usually when I flag it as a high thrower, but it was very close to breaching the garage space and coming out into the living room. So if you like dense, fresh forest with a little bit of floral and a little bit of that brightness from apple, I would say pick this up. And forgive the image. It's the lid, right? The lid, it's driving me bonkers. The seal was not applied properly. You can see over here. So it looks crooked. And I will say this entire collection, I feel like there was either issues with the lid, the label was on crooked. There's been a couple here where I'm like, again, Goose Creek, your quality control could use some addressing. Number 5, I went with Golden Coconut Glow. And again, I like this, but it just feels to me like another beachy coconut fragrance. I wrote beachy, coconut. I feel like I'm hitting on just that Polynesian gardenia. It's just like a hint of it. It's definitely not floral first, and it does feel very like sunscreen coconutty to me, like a more high-end sunscreen, not necessarily one that's like a banana boat. There's a lot of complexity in this one that I can appreciate, and I think it's more complex than the Sunlit Shores. So if you want a little bit more complicated fragrance in terms of coconut, I would go with this one, the Golden Coconut Glow. It is more complex than the Sunlit, and I feel like it is better balanced than, say, the Hibiscus. You just get this nice combination of perfumey floral, coconut, and beach note. It's kind of your ideal classic summer beach fragrance, in my opinion. Again, not my thing, so it didn't rank super high, but I did like that it was more complex than some of these other ones. In terms of strength, this one was also strong. It's kind of a consistency across this entire line. You've got some strength with these candles. And in terms of throw, I would put this middle of the road. So it did come to the steps, but didn't really creep up and out. So it filled the space properly, but didn't move beyond the space. So that's the golden, and you'll see too, this label is crooked. I'm trying to hold it. Yeah, that's me holding the jar level, but then you notice the label kind of goes up and off to the one direction. Speaking of Sunlit Shores, I did rank this one number 4. And there's, again, nothing inherently wrong with this candle. I just feel like this was hitting on, and this is a weird association maybe, but it's like a specific type of sunscreen that this was hitting on for me. This smells like a 90s tanning salon. Okay, I am guilty of being a teenager into my early 20s, going to a tanning salon in the 90s, like the old school cancer-causing kind. I have regrets. I wouldn't do it today, but back then I did. And when you'd walk into the tanning salon, there was just like this combination of sunscreens. You'd get coconut, you'd get banana, you'd get high-end, you'd get cheap. It was just like this scent that wafted over you. This smells like that on Warm to me. I literally put reminds me of a 90s tanning salon. It does also read to me a bit like Kringle's Life's a Beach. So it has that same just classic 80s sunscreen kind of edge to it. It's not the same, it's not a one for one, but it's hitting in that same family. I like this one better because there's other stuff in it. It's not just that one note, it's a little bit more complex. Ultimately, I don't really feel like this is for me, but I like that it's unique. It's one of the first times I've smelled that with the summer sunscreeny type vibe candles that I've been sniffing all season. So that's why it ended up ranking 4. I don't think I would rebuy this. I don't think I would necessarily buy this if I had sniffed it in the store, but I did rank it up higher because I just think it's an interesting fragrance. In terms of throw and strength, it had good throw. It did make it to the staircase. However, I don't think it's that strong. I would rank this as a medium, like towards the low side, and I think that's because there's a lot of base notes in this. There's amber, there's vanilla, there's coconut milk, and all that it tends to be the heavier base notes that you smell like on the end of a fragrance. So I don't think there's anything super bright or super sharp that's really helping to elevate the strength of this candle. I like it for that reason. I tend to be a fan of like base note candles, like the Palo, Santo, and coconut that I'm going to share with you. So if you like that sort of thing, pick this one up, but just know it's not super strong compared to, say, the Hibiscus Orchid candle. Okay, number 3, which I actually thought I would rank this higher, but my number 2 and my number 1 beat it out because I did really like this in the wax melt. Also just want to highlight another crooked label, so I'm holding the jar steady. You'll notice the label is angling down the wrong direction. This is the Sea Salt, Neroli, and Vanilla candle. This does smell different in candle form. I was not expecting that. I feel like in the wax melt, I got more Neroli, but in the candle, I feel like there's just like a tinge of Neroli, and the focus feels more on the coconut milk with like a hint of vanilla and a hint of Neroli. I like it. It's warm. It felt kind of like salty and briny. It felt very bright citrus meets aquatic and creamy coconut, but I like the wax melts better. And maybe that's because the wax melts came across as more subtle and I was burning it with other Neroli and orange blossom candles. But in general, I feel like, I don't know that I'd want to burn this one by itself. Like I might want to add more to it to get more of that Neroli note or more of a vanilla note in here. In terms of strength, this was medium strength. It was not as strong as I was expecting, and I would say the throw was average. It didn't come up the stairs, it didn't creep out the room, but it will fill a small space. I don't think this would perform well in an open concept, and in that case, if you have a wax melter and you want this to fill an open concept, I would say buy the candle and get the wax melts too. Have the wax melts in a warmer on one side of the room and this candle burning on the other side, and I think you could fill the space, but it's not going to perform on its own. Number 2, I went with Papaya Leaf and Bamboo. I liked this one a lot. I feel like this is like the perfect combination of floral, fruity, lush, damp forest, or like more of like a rainforest vibe, not like a evergreen cedar forest. It's a very nice tropical fragrance. I feel like it's unique. That fruit that's in here, the mango and the papaya, are just so well balanced. You get the kind of tart, bright, a little bit sour note from the papaya, the creamy sweet from the mango. Tie that in with that bamboo and the rainwater, and it just smells like a beautiful, tropical, fruity rainforest. I love it so much. It's not like any of the other fragrances I have right now. I feel like it's unique and it's just gorgeous. I have love it! Exclamation point. In terms of strength, it was strong. I would say that if you aren't a fan of perfumey fragrances, this does go a bit the way of a perfume note. I think that's probably coming from either the rain note that's in here or the bamboo woods note that's in here. I didn't find it to be too overpowering, and I'm pretty sensitive to perfume and cologne, but just keep in mind that if you are sensitive to perfume fragrances, the strength on this one might be off-putting to you. And then in terms of throw, it was good. It didn't creep up the stairs. It didn't come out the door. I feel like maybe in the right conditions, if you had an air conditioner going or a fan going, it might perform better. But in that space where the fragrance is pretty contained to the room, I don't feel like it really traveled a long distance. So I really enjoy this one. Is it repurchase worthy? I'm going to say it depends to me on a couple of things. One is the burn quality on this jar with these wicks, and two is the price. If I can get this on a good sale, good discount, assuming it's even still going to stick around, I think this one's popular, and it burns well, then I would definitely repurchase this one. It's repurchase worthy. And I think that's true of Neroli Sands as well. I mean, this is literally a repurchase for me. I had it in the wax melts and I liked it enough to rebuy it. But the rest of them I think are probably going to be one and dones for me, except for my number one, which y'all know how much I love Palo Santo. Not a huge fan of coconut, but y'all, I love this candle. I love it. I wasn't going to put an order in this weekend, but Goose Creek is having a 60% off sale, and I'm afraid this one's going to sell out. And plus they did a new release on Friday, so I think I'm going to go in, do an order, and snag another one of these because this is absolutely amazing. It's everything I want in a Palo Santo fragrance. It is rich, it's earthy, it's creamy. I feel like the coconut, you almost don't read it as coconut. It just kind of has a way of amplifying the Palo Santo, like the earthiness and the woodiness of Palo Santo. The coconut just plays so nicely with it and amplifies it. It adds a sort of like creamy warmth that Palo Santo doesn't necessarily have on its own. Palo Santo can sometimes be kind of smoky, more masculine, more woody, a little bit mysterious. Coconut tends to be, it can be earthy, creamy, and just soft. And so those two things together in one candle, yes. If you like Palo Santo, you need this candle. It is amazing. I highly recommend it. In terms of strength and throw, it was good. It's not a powerhouse. Again, you've got some base notes in there that aren't necessarily going to be strong throwers. Palo Santo isn't always strong. Coconut isn't always strong. I feel like that's to be expected with this fragrance. Vanilla isn't often strong. It's not a good thrower. To me, I don't care. I love this fragrance so much that if I have to sit next to it to burn it, I will do that. Or I will buy 3 and put one in each corner of my kind of triangle open concept space so that I can fill the room. I like it that much. So I definitely recommend this candle. I love that it's a new fragrance. I feel like they did really well with the scent combination. I love the richness, the creaminess, the earthiness of this scent, and this is definitely a winner. Well done, Goose Creek. There is a little bit of redundancy in this line, so if you don't need them all, basically. I would say choose one of the coconut ones that are a little bit sunscreeny. Choose one of the rainforest ones. You don't need everything. This is not so different from one another that you need this whole collection, but I do really enjoy most of them. I like this as a cohesive collection. They all feel like they belong. I think they would all play nicely together if you wanted to do some fun scent combinations. Let me know if you have any questions about these. I can try to answer them to the best of my ability. Some of these are returning fragrances. Actually, most of them are returning fragrances. So if you've burned these before and you have any insights you'd like to share, that would be awesome. Put those in the comments below, and then we can all learn from you because I'm learning with these ones too. If you are already subscribed, thanks so much for returning today and consuming more of my content. I really appreciate you returning to my channel, and I love it when y'all communicate with me and with each other. And if you're new here and you want to see more Goose Creek hauls and reviews, I do them on a regular basis. I also do Bath & Body Works, Kringle, a little bit of Yankee, and I have some really fun series that I think you would enjoy. So make sure you hit that subscribe button before you leave so that I continue to show up in your YouTube feed. Until next time, I hope you all take care and have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.